INSiiGHTS fans, we're about to go live in about 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Godby and Rickards. Huh? How to change it? You're on the INSiiGHTS page. Hey.
How you doing? We ain't seen you all year.
I've been working all year.
Now give me a hug. We don't do handshakes. Good to see you.
I came to ask you one thing.
What's that?
Do you guys send us the game because I was going to move him out of your way?
You saw?
Do you guys send us the game or do you want me to have to come back up here before?
Say that again now?
The gentleman that I just had up here, I was going to ask him if he had his game in your way so you guys could move the game or if you want me to sit up here before.
2 minutes, Josh.
It was okay.
Where you at, Josh? Wave your hand at me.
Okay. Go get it right there.
You see me, Josh? Josh, where you at? Josh, can you hear me? Josh, can you hear me? Yeah, that's it.
I said we're trying to edit.
Oh, yeah. You probably need a PC. Yeah, I mean, I don't. Of you. Can you hear me, Josh? Josh, I see you. Josh. All right.
Now she's getting ready to send that down here.
I already told him they can't be up here. Just push it, and then you have to just restart it. You hear me? Check, 1, 2, check. I need to tighten this up. There we go. Tighten it up a little bit. There we go. All right, now you good? All right, here we go. We're getting ready to get started. You ready? You ready? Good? Okay.
I'm trying to go on and
Gotcha.
edit it.
I got you. Whose are these? These yours? These yours? You got me, Josh? Yep. I see you. Yep. All right.
Jeff, where do I go now? Oh,
Go to your Yep. Sports fans, we're about to go live here in just a second. Jeff Walker along with Mickey Clayton, the coach. And Josh Louder. Josh Louder's our third member. That's what I just told him. I don't know where he's going.
okay. They trying to.
That's All right, here we go. You ready? We are live streaming. The stream is live. It is hot. We're about to go live here in about 45 seconds, everyone. 45. And here he comes. Joining us now is Mickey Clayton.
Are we ready?
Live from Cleveland. You could live.
You ready?
Yes, sir. Stand by.
INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We're here. Tallahassee Godby High School.
Godby High School.
House of Champions.
Yes, sir.
We got Rickards visiting today. And we got Godby High School. And we got a packed house in here.
Pipe.
You got your host, Mickey Clayton, the coach. And we got Jeffrey Walker back in the saddle.
Actually, Jefferson, but
I don't know if that's good or wrong.
We'll take it.
I don't know if that's good or wrong. And we have on the sideline Joseph Louder.
Josh Louder standing by.
We're really excited about this game. It's always a big-time game in here. Wherever the game is played, it's a crowd in here. The music is going.
They cut it off at about the third quarter of the boys' JV game. Nobody else is getting in here.
Well,
Folks
I'm just
in the
glad
aisle.
I was able to get in. You know, everybody else has to kind of worry about themselves. Actually, I enjoyed. That was one of the better JV games that I've seen.
That was the Rickards, the Godby JV put on a clinic. They were doing and one hot sauce.
See, that it didn't take you long.
Didn't take long.
Didn't take you long.
They were doing the and one mixtape. DJ Keith, they got the subs cranked up. They are ready. Remember last year, Godby went undefeated until they went to Rickards. Went to Rickards, and then the Raiders beat them. And the crowd rushed the floor, and next thing you know, they had to come back here for a playoff game, and Godby just spanked them. Merritt was hitting three-pointers right at the buzzer at the half, and boy, it was a barn. It was just all Cougars.
And it was actually, the atmosphere was so sterile when we came back which was really surprising when we came back and played.
Yeah.
But it's anything but that tonight. We're able to see that both teams are different. We've seen Rickards a couple times this season. They're still trying to recuperate from the ineligibility of Alan Jean Rose, 6'6" guard. That's a transfer. They're hopeful that they'll be able to get him back the last 12 games of the season. He's standing directly under the goal now in his blue jeans and Rickards warm-up jacket. And Godby is led by their guards. Tavares King, the little guard that we saw last year.
Yes, sir.
And then we have Trey Jones.
Saw him last game. Well, one of the last games.
I'm sorry?
We saw him a couple of games ago.
Yeah, but we saw him last year.
Last year.
He was being groomed for this starting position. He played behind
The Twins.
He played a lot. We made a commentary on the fact that Coach Coble was grooming him for this, and he's taken as many as 24 shots in a game.
He definitely has the Cougars on his back.
Yeah, and we the better percentage shooter is Trey Jones, a 6'2" senior. He's averaging double figures for him, but again, his percentage is a lot better. But Tavares is shooting pretty much everything. And they will go as he goes. So we're really excited about this. And INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week, we're going to take a break, but we'll be right back.
All right, stand by. All right, we're back.
And we're headed to tip-off. We have one of the more interesting facts is when you walk in, you got 8 deputy sheriff's cars out there. Do you think they're anticipating trouble, Jeff?
Definitely. And speaking of trouble, let's go down here with what Josh has for us down there. Josh Louder, what do you got?
Well, Jeff, we certainly have a capacity crowd. As I'm looking, we're standing both teams. Respective schools are represented well, and it's going to be an exciting thing here on today.
All right, thanks, Josh. We'll come back to you.
I think you need to get a little closer to Jeff and look at the way he dresses and see if we can't get you to be a little dapper like he is.
No, I need to be like Josh. I need to have, he's out there He's got the Donald Trump tie on. The extra long.
Yeah, but he got the Godby. Well, he got the blue on. Both teams have blue, so
he's looking good in that blue Brooks Brothers.
Yeah. He's rather dapper there, representing the J school.
Yes, sir. Well, one thing that you can't overlook: the Raiders cannot turn the ball over like last year. They cannot let the crowd get into it. If the crowd gets into it, it energizes the team. King feeds off. King and the Cougars feed off the crowd energy here in this arena.
Well, having had them on 2 or 3 times this year already, there's a stark and noticeable difference when Alan Jean plays for them as opposed to when they don't have him.
Absolutely.
And they have not been able to handle the ball well in his absence at all. Miami Norland forced him into countless turnovers en route to almost a 30-point victory. So you're absolutely right. They have to do a real good job in terms of handling that ball, and they haven't shown the ability to do that yet, which is very uncharacteristic of a Rickards basketball team.
All right, we'll take a break. National anthem coming up. We'll be back with the tip-off. This is the INSiiGHTS High School Sports Game of the Week. We're clear. Still live. All right, Josh. See what Coble's down there talking to him about down on the Godby side. Go ahead, get in there. Get in there. Ready? Ready, partner? Rolling.
And we're just seconds away from this tip-off. I'm looking over there. Rickards got another young man. They did say 2. There's another one in white pants. He looks like he's 6'6" or 6'7". I don't remember seeing him play earlier. But they are loaded with people not able to play tonight. They can play, and it will make a difference.
Yeah, I see the young man you spoke of. He's sitting next to Coach Curry.
Yeah, they're in practice every day, and we did see him in an earlier game this year. He does a lot. He's a kid you'd want to come see play. He's exciting.
DJ Little Boy got the crowd going early.
Yeah, we got the DJ in the corner exactly opposite from us.
Boy, the Godby fans are ready. Nothing like the DJ to get them fired up. Here we go.
Like the girls coach, Coach Johnson said, now when she can get the girls in here, get them like for the girls, they'll really have something.
Tip goes to the Raiders. Coach Coble, tell him to get an early switch. He wanted King on 11. They worked the ball down low to Lewis. That's an offensive foul.
That's not an offensive foul. We got an and one. Basket's good. We're ready to go to the free throw line and shoot the first one there. And it's good. That's Alec Trotman. He's a young man that I just think a lot of. We saw him last year. We saw him earlier. He was a little bit intimidated and didn't play his normal game. Right out the bat, Rickards was in their press, their man-to-man press. Now, they did not press full court earlier in the year when we saw him in the Capital City Classic. That's the man that has to carry him, Trey Jones. He takes most of the shots from Tavares King, I'm sorry, little point guard.
King went right to the basket.
We called him making all Big Ben team in the first game this season. And we still stand by that.
No doubt. No doubt. He's definitely going to carry the Cougars. Cougars in trouble.
Rickards is going to play outstanding defense. Their defense has been exceptional. There's a foul there on the drive. He looked like he was waiting for it to go in with an NBA continuation move. They're giving him two
shots. It looked like they got him on the floor when he passed.
They did get him on the floor. They did get him on the floor.
Yeah, King is as long as he goes under control, penetrates, runs that Cougar offense where they run that little kick out.
Well, with him having taken 24 shots in a game, it doesn't look like he was running offense a lot. There's times he just has the green light to create for himself.
Nice block out.
Rickards is going to have to handle the ball better than what they've done.
There's a guard turnover already.
Yeah.
Rickards up.
They're going to have to handle that ball.
That's one of the do-nots.
We talk about a lot that they've had trouble this season scoring, and they're going to have to use their defense to score off their defense. And their half-court defense is outstanding.
Turnover by the Cougars. Rickards on the roll. There's a dunk, and boy, the Rickards side goes crazy. Uh-oh. The Rickards fans got into it. They weren't in it. When the DJ called them out, they didn't get into it. They got into it with that dunk. And there's an air ball. Uh-oh. And the Rickards fans are starting to believe already.
Well, they don't get a lot to cheer up for in terms of offense. And Malik Rucker just shot that air ball three, and they took him right out.
Took him out of the game immediately.
Immediately, if not sooner.
Yeah, travel. He got to travel. He shuffled his feet. Young players don't realize once you establish a pivot foot, you can't shuffle that foot even on a pass or a pivot or whatever.
Rickards trying to get the ball inside. That has not been what they've done in the past. I said in earlier games we wanted to see Rickards later. They were not going to be what we saw against Miami Northern.
King with too much. He's not going to get those calls tonight.
Well, hadn't gotten them yet. They still may get them. This is a house of champions, so in Godby place, anything can happen. This is the key right here. Rickards has to handle that ball.
Nice ball movement by the Raiders. Get it across the line. There's a long three. It's off the mark. Rebound Raiders. Back up.
That's where Rickards is going to have to win, down on the block.
No call down there. There's another shot by the Raiders. Nice position. That should have been a foul.
Alec Trotman, we told you he's going to be the key for them.
Trotman powers it back in.
Glass inside. Rickards has not shown the ability to hit a perimeter jump shot yet.
That's backcourt. Turnover. 7-1. Looks like the exact opposite of the game from last year.
Right now, that's because Rickards is playing. They're getting their points in the paint. Trotman has all 7 points. He's looking for the lob inside. Good help.
King with the rejection. Raiders recover on that. Boy, almost a backcourt. There's a step back. Raiders are going to maintain possession. 11 comes in for the Cougars.
Rickards has already gone inside in the post to Trotman more than they have in 2 games put together that we've done earlier.
Yeah, Rickards definitely has a size size advantage with Trotman. Work him down there on that post.
And he's signaling that he wants the ball on the other side. He's trying to tell him to initiate it on the offensive right.
And Raiders.
There he is on the block.
Raiders have dominated the boards already.
Double team by Coach Koval down in the block made him pass it out. He didn't force it.
There's a shot. Almost in and out. Trotman slips out of his hands. King gets it. Puts it up court. Back to King. King with the three. In and out. Trotman with position, and boy, he gets yanked down. There's a foul.
I agree with you there, Malik. That was all ball. He had it. We're sitting right here looking at the ball completely on the ball.
He had his hand on the ball.
Shooting some free throws.
No body.
We'll take a break and be right back. Calmly, patiently taking his time at the line and knocks it down.
7-2. I didn't expect that.
I knew Rickards would look better than when we saw him earlier at the Capital City Classic. They haven't shown they can hit the jumper, but as long as they go inside, they'll be okay. That was Alan Shingles knocking down both free throws. That's the one with the hair. Jeff Walker wish he had his hair like him.
Shingles has a hard assignment. That's a kick ball.
A kick ball. That's Rickards. That's it on the floor.
Turns it back over. King resets.
Jumper coming.
And boy, the Godby crowd is in it. That's the one thing that we said can't happen. Godby's back in at 7-6, and the crowd they're up on their feet.
Trey scares me if I'm Rickards more than what Trey does, because Trey can shoot you out of it.
Yeah, he shot him out the gym last game.
Now, Trey's a much more, has a higher percentage in terms of his shooting from the three-point range. He doesn't force much, but once he takes them, he's dangerous.
Yeah, and his ball has that odd rotation, almost like a 3-to-9 rotation, but
old school, like a Jamal Wilkes.
Yeah, it hits the mark though.
Off the penetration.
That's easy pickings for Lewis.
Okay. Keep saying that's going to be the key. Trotman inside.
I'm sorry, Trotman, not Lewis. Trotman. His partner Lewis graduated last year.
Godby 6, Alec. Trotman 9.
Trotman with the dunk early, and he's dominating the offensive and defensive boards.
Taking him a little while to get into the offense. That Rickards defense. He was not going to call that, but he did late. And we're going to take time to take a break as they shoot 2 free throws. And we're back at the line now. Byron Douglas, 6-foot junior, lefty. Misses it.
Missed the first. Score is actually 6-9. 9-6. Raiders. He misses both. Both in and out.
And a breakaway, nobody back. And missed the layup. You can't hang on the rim. That's a tech. That's a tech.
Well, he got away with it. They didn't call it tech there.
Coach Koval's calling it for him. Coach Koval's calling it tech. Now
Godby turns it right back over.
2 refs didn't listen. He's going to the other one.
Godby turns it.
He's right. You can't hang on the rim. He's absolutely right.
They couldn't get the ball inbound and turned it over.
Coach Koval still telling him.
Koval's on the floor. Raiders got to get that ball in, and they finally get it in. There's a shot. It looked more like two Cougars were fighting for the ball.
Yeah, but then we had a reach.
A reach around by the Raiders. King's in that corner.
I believe that was Trotman. Way to change where that pass was going while he was in the air. Here's the jump shooter.
King with the rebound. And a putback. King is just battling.
King believe it or not, is their leading rebounder.
He's
the 5'9" guard, leading scorer, leading rebounder.
Shortest guy on the team.
In the gym.
In the gym, has all the heart.
Has all the heart.
He's 5'9". He's 5'9" with 2-inch platforms on.
He's posted inside. Took him too long to see him. Good move.
I think that's a good move.
It is.
You definitely foul him.
And we're going to take a break. It's INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. Number 3, Alec Trotman with all of Rickards' points, all of them in the paint. His longest shot so far has been a free throw when he had an N1 earlier. That shot, he never got all the way up over his head. It was ugly from the beginning.
Yeah, Trotman has definitely got to carry the Raiders until they get help. They get some players eligible.
That puts the score at Trotman 10, Godby 8.
Trotman into miracles. They get the ball into King, but they get it into him in the trap. Boy, King throws it too far. Coach Koval has got it. He's going to take King out, but that's not really on King. Nobody broke to the ball. All 4 Godby players were kind of looking around, waiting for him to make something happen. And
Alec Trotman's done a man's work the first quarter. He's sitting over there getting a break. They can afford to take him out because they're still not at the same height as what Godby is.
They got him in the Harvey chair. Nice move by 21. King is over the Harvey seat.
Michael Knox, 6'3" sophomore.
I'm sorry, Trotman is in the Harvey seat.
Steal. He got nervous.
Rickards would have. Boy, that was an odd, bizarre transition there.
Tywan Howard, 6'2" sophomore, got nervous. He just threw it across the goal. He got nervous.
The Godby player was standing there waiting to take a charge that never came and fell back onto the floor with no contact.
Acting class. Tavares King didn't rest long. He's back in.
Oh, you knew that wasn't going to. Coach just wanted to settle him down. Say, hey, take your time. He went over to the bench. And Coach talked to him for about 2-3 seconds. Coach Koval calls 31 or 4. I couldn't tell you. He held up 3 on one finger and 1 on the other.
He took Tavares, he let him break the ball down, then he moved into the off guard so he could get a little bit of a chance to get a blow.
Yeah, it's going to be a long game. They're going to have to expend a lot of energy.
Anytime Godby and Rickards play, they're going to have to expend a lot of energy.
Avery Curry looks down to the bench and sends in a sub. Good strategy so far here by the Raiders. You got Trotman over there. He's going to get a nice break until the second quarter, and they haven't given up any points. They still haven't given up any points. Trotman's still going to. They're not going to force Trotman to get back in the game before the end of the quarter. And boy, 21 is just powering in there.
Boy, they're scoring inside in that paint.
Cougars are going ice cold. And they're still ice cold with an air ball. There's King.
Basket. Hustle there.
Boy, the Cougars haven't scored since the 3-minute mark.
Yeah, 32 seconds left, 14-8. And Rickards. We knew this would be a much different team than we saw from what we saw at Christmas time. The most noticeable difference is the fact that their paint scoring has increased.
Yes.
Tripled, in fact. They were taking a lot of ill-advised jump shots earlier in the season. Now they understand what the fans recognize. Trotman was the person who needed to get the ball.
Raiders are going right to the basket. Trotman with the hustle prevented an easy layup.
Missed the layup.
Cougars just undersized. Cougars score with 16 seconds to go in the quarter. Raiders right back down the court, and you're going to get an offensive foul.
That's Gentry Sparks with the charge, isn't it?
Is that Gentry Sparks?
The real Gentry Sparks.
The real Gentry Sparks. No, that was Michael Knox.
Number 13.
That was 13? Okay, Gentry Sparks.
Here's that trap.
Not Destin Coates. There's a three. Almost a putback.
Almost a putback.
Boy, exciting first quarter.
Yeah, that's 14-10 at the end of the first quarter. INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. INSiiGHTS. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. INSiiGHTS on our website. You can see this game on YouTube, and you can see it on our website. INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. Taking a break. We'll be back for the second quarter tip-off.
All right, we're clear. You got something for us? Josh, you got something? You can go out there and get in the huddle. Go out there and get in the huddle right behind him and listen to what he's saying. You ready?
I knew that we would see a different ball club. Rickards had played excellent defense early, but they were trying to find their identity as if they were waiting on a couple of the players who were sitting out to come back. But they finally dawned on them that they had to come to play. They couldn't wait. And they're doing it. Alex Trotman is really the man that we thought he would be last year when we saw him as a sophomore. He's lost a little weight. He's strong in there. He looks a lot better than he did when we saw him in December.
Josh, what did Coach Koval tell him?
Well, Jeff, he told him to slow down and play our game and take care of the ball and to slow down the tempo of the game. Back to you at the desk.
Thank you, sir. You heard it live from the side. Coach Koval told him, settle down. It looks like the Cougars have done that. You got King running the point. Triple teamed. Boy, great position there. Raiders are just blocking out, dominating the boards. The Cougars are gonna have to get in position and block out. Trotman back in the game. Raiders with another board. And rebound Cougars. King blocked by Trotman.
Blocked by Trotman.
There's a three.
Boy, I like to see them hit those threes, and then they hit 1 out of 17 and start talking junk all the way down the floor.
That's
going to be a charge.
There's an offensive foul. That was on 24.
Lingo Batulis.
You said they hit 1 out of 17.
And talk stuff. If Rickards speeds this game up and goes away from the plan to get inside, it's going to be a long night. They need to stay with what was working for them.
Yeah.
What was our quarter score? You remember what that was, Jeff?
14-8.
Okay.
14-8. Coach Koval is red hot. He said that was away from us. I couldn't see who it went off of. But Coach Koval had a good look, and the referee is telling him.
No, the referee said, huh? Huh? Like he need to turn his hearing aid up. He said, huh? Huh?
Well, Coach Curry, Coach Avery, Coach Curry, and Coach.
Oh, he looked stunned. They passed the ball to him.
Yeah, he's out there on that high post. Yeah, boy.
Oh, they're out of whack.
Yeah, Trotman is way up here on the high post.
Godby's putting that pressure on him now. He was able to penetrate. They couldn't
easy
get
basket.
The offensive set.
Yeah, the defense broke down. Somebody should have rotated to pick him up to prevent him from going to the basket. King with the step back.
Might hit that one.
Way, he's off the mark.
There's a shooter.
Cougars rebound. Out of bounds. It's going to go.
Godby ball.
Stay here.
Godby takes a lot of perimeter shots. They live and die by the sword. They haven't died often. They got a 7-4 record, 2-0 in the district.
Raiders up 16-13. King.
Nobody can guard Tavares. Nobody. He can get to the basket whenever he wants.
There's a pick and roll.
All the way around the rim and out.
Good foul. Good foul. Prevented an easy layup.
It did.
It broke the Cougars' momentum.
And we're getting ready to shoot those 2 free throws, and we'll be right back. One of the things that Godby can do, and they've done all season, Tavares King can get to the basket. Nobody in this area can guard him one-on-one. First basket is good. He can get there when he wants to get there. He's playing with more confidence now than he was when we saw him earlier in the year. And he's a junior. He has another year.
Yeah, and he's been ordained to carry the Cougars to the promised land. To put another banner up in the gym.
Well, that might be a little bit of a reach, but looking at some of the young men that I saw on that JV team, there's going to be some help coming to him.
Yeah, he's definitely going to have some help, especially guard-wise.
Trey was soft man-to-man. He has to keep that ball out the middle, though.
Lewis is up here at the top of the key. I'm not understanding what they're trying to do offensively. Like you said, work the ball. The bread and butter. Lewis has a good 6-8 inches on the man that's guarding him. And there's another offensive foul on 21.
And he set that quick, but see, the ball has not gone to Trotman.
Yeah,
and that's the problem. He scored 10. He gave him the lead. They can't do anything with it.
16-15.
You got Tavares at point guard on the perimeter for Godby and Alec on the inside for Rickards. You got to go with who brings him.
Raiders in a man-to-man. King comes off that screen. Misses a shot. Trotman with the rebound. One of his teammates takes it from him and gets fouled. And the Godby faithful one of them.
Godby faithful want one, but he won't get it.
Yeah.
Get ready, go to the free throw line, shoot 2. We'll take a break and come back and catch these free throws. We were wrong. We did take a break, but we're back. The ball is out on the side.
Out on the side, 16-15. Raiders still up. Have only scored 6 points. I'm sorry, have only scored 2 points.
2 points.
In the last, basically, 2 minutes.
They get comfortable shooting those perimeter shots.
Yeah, and there's another inside. Boy, just a high. Good move back to the basket.
That's where the ball has to go to Trotman.
The Raiders have missed 4 straight at point blank range, missed 2 straight at point blank.
Trotman didn't have the same spring in his legs that he did earlier. He's breathing heavily out of his mouth now.
Yeah, he must have had some of that Harvey water over there on the side. Timeout, Coach Koval.
Coach Koval taking a timeout. He spread the floor open. He's trying to get isolation, be able to penetrate the middle and dish. But he's taking a timeout because they did not seem like they knew exactly what he wanted. This is INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We'll be back after this timeout.
All right, Josh, you see what the Rickards coaches. Yo, there you're already there.
Boy, we back in here and they got it rocking in here a little bit.
You know how we do. Basketball in Tallahassee, you can't do it without a DJ. The third member of our broadcast crew, Josh.
Well, what I know is that nobody in Tallahassee even gets into basketball until after Christmas, it seems. You know, we were here earlier in the year, and it wasn't nearly the crowd or the people in the gym.
What do you got, Josh?
Coach Bryant, the Raiders, he told them to adjust to the tempo of the game and to take care of the ball and to keep fighting with the same intensity, same effort that they're putting up in this quarter. Back to you at the desk, Jeff.
Thank you, sir.
And coach, it's 2 of us up here.
he just
that Godby pressure is kind of relentless. It's relentless. And what they did was they picked up the pressure on the perimeter so that they couldn't make that perimeter pass inside.
Wow. They double
penetration.
team Trotman, and he actually set a screen that allowed his player to get an easy layup.
Yeah, Gentry Sparks.
The real Gentry Sparks.
The real Gentry Sparks.
Nice move. Too high. Raiders still dominating the boards. Boy, Trotman.
Wait, good effort.
Trotman back in it again. Trotman still doing it.
That's how a big man has to play. If they don't give you the ball, go get it off the board. Then score. You can get it whenever you want to.
Jump shooter. Missing block. Boy, the Raiders had him blocked out. There's Trotman on the fast break. They better watch out. They got
I didn't know. I just didn't like that one. I was afraid he'd get an offensive foul out of that.
That's a dangerous move to stand under the goal with the big man coming down there.
Yeah.
You get dunked, you may get posterized, even though you get a foul.
And we have right now a timeout by Rickards with a 20-15 lead. And this is INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. Follow us, INSiiGHTS, 2 eyes in the middle, INSiiGHTS. We're taking a break. And able to listen to the house music.
Well, you gotta love it, DJ Littleboy. DJ Littleboy and Rickards counter. They have DJ King Green over there, so it'll be a good one when we go over there to see what King Green dials up. Because I know he's watching. He's gonna have something ready for him.
Absolutely, it will. And let's do a shout out to number 12, Trey Jones, the jump shooter. That Dr. Arthur Woodard, academic student of the game with a 3.2 GPA.
All right.
Basketball talent and good grades. Congratulations to you and your family.
They get it in. There's a shot. Well, they have, Coach, you see immediately there's a difference. They had Trotman blocked out, and as soon as the ball went back up, they had him blocked out again. So Coach Koval made an adjustment and said, hey, we got to put a body on him. And in two shots, they had a body on him both times.
I like the adjustments they're making on that press record. Sometimes you trap and take away the second pass.
Shooter.
Sometimes you don't.
He's got to set his feet.
Second shot opportunity.
Raiders on a run.
Javaris King is out.
Raiders on a
leading scorer and leading rebounder.
Raiders on an 8-0 run.
Steal.
Yeah, they got to get King back in the game. Here he comes. The Cougars are out of sync, way out of sync. Without King on that point. And boy, it's been a hard fought first half for the Cougars. Boy, you can't do that. Boy, the Raiders have made a living with intercepting those type cross-court passes. Intercepting those cross-court passes for the last 20 years, as long as when we played them. Our Coach Becker said, look, don't throw any cross-court passes to save your life. Raiders way too quick.
Well, we got that foul. We're at the free throw line shooting 1-1. We'll be right back.
You know how many that is?
Yep, that's 9. Free throw is good.
King breaks a drought. They hadn't scored in 2 minutes. They hadn't scored since the 4-minute mark. 158.
2 things about this Rickards team from earlier games. 1, they're scoring off of their defensive pressure. A good follow and nice left.
King battling. That's why he's all Big Ben.
Well,
he's battling. Oh, that's a travel.
Wow.
He missed the layup. There's Spark. Well, King hits that one. Yes, sir. He's got him. The crowd's in it. They better watch out. This is where the Cougars are most dangerous. Here's another travel.
21-26. They also tried to rest Trotman. They couldn't do it.
They got to bring him back.
Coach Koval's exhorting the crowd to get into it. Changed the man-to-man this time. They put 2 on Tavares so he couldn't get the entry pass.
Yeah, the Cougars, when Trotman came out, the Cougars went to another gear. Here's a 3.
They just wanted the ball out of Tavares' hands. Trey Jones would be the next person to
There
score.
he is. King with a long 3 and a putback. Boy, it's a much different rebounding game with Trotman on the bench.
Man, they're right here, 21-26, 102.
There he goes, and they got to bring him back.
Coaching move. They bring both sides. They bring height back in for the defensive rebounding to limit the number of shot opportunities that Godby will get.
Absolutely. They brought them both back in.
No, just one. They sat him back down.
There's
a shoot.
That was a 2. He got a 2-pointer.
That was a 2-pointer?
Yeah, 26-24. .41 seconds to go.
He's calling for the ball. He's calling for it. They were too late to come get the double.
Godby fans, Coach Koval.
Rickards is liable to jack a 3 now.
Coach Koval is telling him to get up. This guy, oh man, my man got fouled. And they turn it over.
Yeah, they're going to shoot that 3 then.
Yeah. Coach Avery was up saying, get the ball to Trotman.
27.7 seconds left.
Oh, boy.
Good block.
Good block. No call on that. And Trotman with the rebound. Raiders need a timeout.
Now there's 10 seconds.
Oh, had not. Bad foul. Horrible foul. He fouled him with .9 seconds to go on the shot.
9 seconds to go.
And he was out of control and was not going to make the basket.
No, he was not.
If he made a basket, it would have been one of those Russell Westbrook circus type baskets.
But he was playing hero ball. He had 2 men open it. He was busy trying to look for his shot. They got to throw a lob.
.9 seconds.
They got to throw a lob to the back. No.
Ooh. Boy, that was close.
It sure was.
That was
off
close.
The rim. And we got a game now.
Coach Cole was telling the crowd they got to get into it. He was over there chastising the fans.
We have a 26-24 lead for Rickards, or 24-26 deficit for Godby. Godby's come back in the game led by Tavares King. He sat for a minute, came back, nailed a couple of those jump shots that he's known for, and he brought his Godby team back. Well, I wouldn't want to go over there and get some in the concession stand now. But this is INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. Halftime. We'll be back for the start of the second half.
Good game.
It is.
How many viewers?
I want to see somebody in the stand do this thing right here. I want to see somebody in the stand do this right here. Look, boy. Hold up. Try to whip it then. Go. I want to see you go in this thing. What it do? Feel the dance, huh? I ain't seen nobody go crazy yet. You gotta lose your mind. Run it back. Run it back. Run it back. I need somebody on the floor, man. Run on the sideline. Let me see you go clean. Oh, what we do? We like.
What it do?
What it do?
What it do?
Let's go now. All my independent ladies in the bed are getting money in 2018. Put your hand up. What my ladies stepping their game up in 2018? What it do? Where my mamas at? Where my aunties at in here tonight? Let's go. All my ladies say. What's up? Let's go. What's up?
Went great. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm bouncing like these jits up in here. This is.
No, you ain't bouncing like them.
I ain't bouncing like them.
You might be bouncing, but you ain't bouncing like them.
Uh-oh. This is one of those old strip club songs right here.
Jeff, what you know about the strip club song?
I haven't been saved always. I'm saved, but I'm not delivered.
Thank you to Athletic Director Jackie Burkett coming up trying to make sure that we were okay. Boy, I just love our athletic directors.
Boy, they rolled it in the crowd. Look at that. Look at the little girl over there. But DJ Little Boy is cranking it up. Let's see if he's got one more. Nah. When they huddle up, get the info. You ready? All right.
26-24, this INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week, and we're here in a Bonbana.
Yes, sir.
Here in the House of Champions. Biggest thing, Godby cannot ease off that pressure. What I like what Coach Koval did, he put a lot of pressure on the guards on the perimeter, made it more difficult for them to get that entry pass inside. And in terms of him doing that, he picked the tempo up. The guards from Rickards then decided they were trying to respond to it mano a mano and started shooting jump shots and taking themselves out the game.
Yeah. Well, one thing, again, Coach Koval made an active adjustment to put a body on Trotman. Every time the ball went up, they put a body on Trotman and tried to back him out from that block because he's just dominating the paint.
We got Coach Brown instigating it down here from the side. But one of the things, they actually had a body on him the whole time. But he was just so big that they couldn't really keep him from getting to the glass.
Yeah.
It's a difference if you're boxing somebody out and they're 6'6" and you're 6'6", or if you're boxing them out and they're 6'6" and they're 6'1". Then it comes down to athletic ability and size, and it's kind of hard to compensate for it. But they did, you are right, they were able to get 2 and 3 shot opportunities. And on the other end, Godby only got 1. Now, once Godby finds that range from out there, they shoot themselves right back in the game, which is what they did.
Coach Koval made an active point to look at the fans and look at the crowd and chastise them and say, hey, you got to get into it. You got to get us rolling. He knows these guys feed off of the energy of the crowd. And he knows they're a different team when they're on the road. When they're at home, they're unstoppable when the crowd is hot saucing and one of them on. Well, here we go.
See, Alan Shingles is back in the game. That's the guy who you jealous about his hair.
Shingles with the blonde fro. Well, they never would have let me wear my hair like that when I was in school. Trotman, rebounding, foul.
Yeah. He got hit pretty good then. He got hit pretty good then. Going to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Coach Koval just looked over and said, hey, Allen, put a body on him.
They were in a high pick and roll. And when he went to the basket, Alec was able to get a running start to get to the basket then to get that second chance opportunity. He's 2 of 3, actually 3 for 4 from the free throw line in this game. A lot more confidence in the way he's playing right now.
Trotman missed the second one. He's got to have at least 18 points. He had all 10 points to start. Boy, King is just being held. King is being, I mean, they just had the mug on him.
There they go with the double team on Tavares to deny the ball to
They
him.
switch off. They're trying to keep that ball away from King. The Cougars in trouble. They're at a 5 count already. 6, 7. Well, they turn over. They turn it over.
Hey, travel.
And look at King. King in there with the defense. They turned the ball over, and King went down and helped him on that high post, recognized his player was out positioned. There was a mismatch. Two-point jumper off the mark.
How many jumpers have you seen them hit?
Yeah, why they're not working the ball down low to Trotman? I would be jumping up and down as the coach.
They've gone inside more today than they have the last 2 games we saw them play put together, and that's how they got the lead. Once they fall in love with shooting those jump shots, they're in trouble because they have not shown the ability to hit them.
And look at Trotman. He's winded already, and we've only played 45 seconds of clock time. They're going to need him down the stretch. He's gassed already. And he's out here guarding King, who throws up a high 3.
He's a high-volume shooter. Ball out underneath the basket. There's 6:57 left in the 3rd quarter.
27-24. They shield King away from the ball. Double
Nice
team King.
pass.
Boy, strip. Raiders get it pushed up. He had Trotman open.
Right. Should have passed it.
Yeah, Trotman
Liable to
open.
shoot the 3. Liable to shoot the 3.
Trotman's on a mismatch down here on a guy who's 5'8". Jump ball.
We've seen them a couple times. They get a little trigger happy pulling those 3s.
Yeah, they got away from.
Trotman wants it now. He has to go get it off the glass. They don't include him in the offense.
Yeah, they get away from the game plan again. Away from the game plan. There's King.
Yeah, they fouled him. Rickards did not defend that right. They had 2 men both on between the ball and him. You're supposed to put 1 in front of him, 1 in behind him. Tavares, experienced guard, he just looked and told him to throw it over the top.
Yeah. You're not going to stop him.
I love his confidence.
Look. Well, he's got to account for Trotman being in there. You got to account for a guy 6'9". You know, you can't just take that for granted. You can do that against, FAMU DRS and McClay and all those teams, but not against Trotman and the Raiders. There's an air ball. Trotman's got position. There's another block.
Ball out under the basket. Referee having a discussion with them. But as intense as the one Cole's having.
King.
Always open under the basket.
Boy.
We talk all the time about man defense and getting open underneath for layups. And we got a timeout by Coach Cole. Instantly took that timeout. It's INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We'll be right back.
Josh, give us a halftime recap. Go ahead, get the info from this one and give us a halftime recap, too.
He's running just a little bit behind on our timeouts. It's our first one for the quarter. It's INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. Coach Coble saw something he didn't like. And right away, he got that timeout immediately after the basket. Tavares King was laying on the ground. He had got knocked, turned and looked up at coach and was like, what?
They're gonna have to give Trotman another break because.
Well, he's exerting a lot of energy.
Yeah.
He's doing yeoman's work.
Yeah, he's out here defending King on the 3, blocking shots.
Nobody is back. Thank you. Godby made an adjustment and sent somebody back because they were going to throw it over the top then.
He said time and again.
We got a foul here by Tavares. They actually were doing a little karate fighting right here as he was going to the basket.
Everybody's so intense.
There's a horn telling the referee something.
The referee
Koval is jumping up and down.
he's frog hopping out here on the court. Said, hey, put a body on Trotman.
Oh.
He's saying put a body on Trotman.
Oh.
Raiders jacking up another 3 away from the game plan. And he worked the ball right inside.
And missed the layup.
Missed the layup.
If he makes his outlet pass, there's 3 Rickard players standing here. If he got that outlet pass out, they were going to have an uncontested layup on the other end.
But again, Raiders away from jacking up 3s, and you didn't have to. They had plenty of time, could have set the offense.
You have to like the strategy. Tavares is getting upset, but they're doubling him. And the ball in anybody else's hands is what Rickards wants. Oh, they let him get that one too easy. He's going to beat this.
Tavares got hit in the crown jewels. Well, the Raiders are aggressive, but definitely aggressive on the defense. That worked into the King. You tell King plays a lot of street ball against
Trey, shooter there, pick and roll. Ooh. Rickards with that defense.
He's got Lewis on the breakaway. Lewis got
bodied him up.
Yeah, the referee.
He almost got away with it.
The referee's got to be careful there because, you know, you got to kind of jump on top of that because that's one of those that'll lead to a harder foul and a harder foul, like we saw in the girls' game last year. The fouls just got out of control. There's another 3 off the mark, then put back.
But that's a play they ran specifically to shoot that 3. I guess they. Uh-oh.
You got King on the floor.
I think their philosophy is if we don't make a turnover, and maybe we'll beat them on the boards and get a second shot opportunity. That might be what their thinking is.
Yeah, they're killing them on the boards. I don't know what the official number is, but it's a killing.
A little slapping going on, 13 and 12.
Shot off the mark. Lewis with position. They tried to block him out, but he had good position.
You have to watch it a little bit off the ball. I've seen 3 elbows and 3 pushes in the last 15 seconds.
Rickards guards have done well. They haven't gotten into that turnover bug like they did.
Jumper.
Like they did early last year. And again, the Raiders guards are not turning the ball over, playing well.
They didn't double him this time.
There's King with another turnover. They turn it back over. And Koval is saying, when you going to call a foul? He said, they're hammering my man over here.
And they are hammering. He's going to have to play. They're getting hit both ways.
Yeah, he didn't get those earlier, and he's not going to get them. They're not going to get them now.
And there's a foul.
Yeah.
Very physical.
Cougars are just undersized going to that basket.
And we're going to take a break while they get ready to shoot these 2 free throws. Koval with his conversation with the official still at the free throw line.
There's a miss. Yeah.
Tywan Howard.
And the Cougars going to bring in a little size.
6'2" sophomore. He was the one earlier in the first quarter, had a layup and got a little nervous and threw it over the goal. I hear your DJ up there with sound effects.
Yeah, he's ready. He's ready for the next timeout.
Nice shot there.
Yeah, he hits that one. 33-27. Raiders at a 4 count. They get it in, push it up the court.
That could have been easily a travel.
That looked like a travel. Puts it in. Gentry Sparks, the real Gentry Sparks.
Godby only with 3 points this quarter. That Rickards defense.
The Rickards cameraman is laughing at us, but we called Destin coach Gentry Sparks all last year. There's, and boy, nice help. Nice help on the rotation. Trotman came out to guard against the 3, and he had help inside.
Offensive foul. And I'm glad he hung on to the rim, because if Alec had come down, he'd have landed right on the Godby player. So I really am glad that he held on to the ball a little bit, didn't come down. 35-29, 3:30 left in the third quarter.
Yeah, Godby is just, with making that adjustment, shielding King away from the ball, has taken the Godby offense completely out of sync. I mean, they're another turnover. Godby is struggling. Coach Cova's got to get a timeout. They're about to go down by 10. They turn it over here. There's another one of those dangerous passes. And they turned it over. And they're going to get a foul. Cova's got to get a timeout. They're way out of sync.
Frustration foul. 2:58 left. 37-29. Rickards up. Coach Kova with a substitution. He's on Tavares over there. One assistant coach is down on the side talking to him, trying to calm him down. He's been frustrated with the physical play.
We're going to get a tie-up. It's going to be Raiders' ball. Boy, Kova really works the wrist.
Oh, this is an entirely different Rickards basketball team from what we saw at Christmas. I can't say that enough.
Yeah. This looks like the team that the coach wanted last year that threw the first punch instead of waiting to get hit in the mouth.
Yeah, you're right. He's telling, come across half court, man.
Raiders coaches want the ball worked down low to Trotman. Trotman's fighting for a position, gets double teamed.
Oh, they're baiting him in the shots. I see what they're doing, too. Godby is playing all the way off of him, encouraging him to shoot. That's the second shot from the perimeter.
And they're not jacking up.
Rickards is hit.
They're not jacking up threes.
They were not threes that they hit. They hit 2 mid-range jumpers.
Boy, King's got to get back in the game because the Cougars are getting ready to turn the ball over.
They have to rest him. They have to rest him.
They're getting ready to, before I could say they're getting ready to turn the ball over again, they had already turned it over, and they're down by 11.
41-29 with the timeout by Coach Coburn. It's the INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Weekend. You hear the Rickards fans, that's what you hear. And this is INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Weekend while Coach Coburn gets them straight. And Rickards, Coach Bryant, Coach Avery Curry, talking to him, getting the Rickards team ready. We'll be right back to bring you up to date, keep you up with all the action that's going on in this contest tonight. 41-29, INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week.
I said the real Gentry Spark.
I thought you were saying little Gentry Spark. His daddy goes too.
Oh, his daddy is Big Gentry Spark?
Yeah, big Gentry.
Okay.
Right
So that's Little Gentry and Big Gentry. He's Gentry Jr., okay. All right, here we go.
But you keep calling him the real Gentry. The real Gentry Spark.
And we're back. INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. Rickards came out. I'm glad you turned the camera. Rickards came out before Godby broke the huddle and walked right into the huddle. At least Alex Trotman did.
To hear the strategy.
Oh, the referee had to come and get him and have him move out of there.
King back in the game.
They made adjustment on their man-to-man pressure. There they go. Double teaming him again.
They got King fronted and back.
Exactly.
Nobody back for Rickards. But again, that's a dangerous pass to throw. And boy,
that time they called the body contact.
Boy, they barely scraped him on that one. He's gotten hammered the whole game.
Yeah. He's gotten hit a whole lot harder than that went uncalled.
Cougars, that's got to be a travel. Couldn't catch it cleanly.
Godby pressing.
Cougars in dangerous territory here. They can't afford to go down.
Somebody had a defensive assignment.
Boy, defensive breakdown.
Yeah.
They're double teaming Trotman, and that's just leaving. That left the other forward wide open. And boy, they're keeping their eye on 12.
134 left. 14-point lead for Rickards.
Here's where King's got to make it happen. It's a long three. Trotman.
One shot.
Easy.
One shot.
Easy rebound for Trotman. And boy, that's...
No, what they said was the coaches are fussing about this game and not calling fouls, so we're going to let them see how they like it, and they're calling it close now.
Yeah,
they haven't called these touch fouls the whole game.
Yeah, that was a fingernail foul.
Yeah, they called it one on each side. Oh, I like that. Isolated the big man on the block for the out-of-bounds play. Missed the left-hand layup.
And Trotman is just too strong down there. He's too strong.
Second shot opportunity. Trotman's going to the line to shoot 2 free throws. We'll be right back.
Our crack Rickards photographer told us that Gentry Sparks' dad is coaching over there, Gentry Sparks Sr.
Yeah, well, he and Avery were teammates at Rickards.
Trotman with another one. I don't know how many points he has, but I know he's got to be close to that 20-point mark. And immediately they front.
He needs to be able to hit 2 free throws. He's
King
hitting one, missing one. Yeah, I think Tavares helped kind of draw that one.
Yeah, he stepped on the man's foot and fell.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. They called a block, so 1-1. That might help the Cougars a little bit, but.
Shooting 1-1. INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We'll be right back. And we're back. At the free throw line. That's 14.
King on his way to being all Big Ben.
Knocks it down.
He's already on the all neighborhood team. Made that as a sophomore.
And good.
It's amazing.
Both down.
You say King leads the team in rebounds and.
Ooh, that
was a 3. They got a body. Boy, they got a body on Trotman now.
That ball was out on number 11. But Godby wants to pick up the tempo a little bit, force those perimeter shots.
They're fronting and backing King.
Yeah, well, they've been doing that the whole time. They just got to be able to not rush those shots. And Godby wants them to shoot them because they haven't hit a 3 yet.
The Cougars have to be careful and not get baited into throwing that long pass down the court.
Missed the 3-point shooter then, went away from him.
There again, he missed the layup. Missed the layup, but again, before I could get it out of my mouth again, throwing those cross-court passes against the Raiders, they've fed on that for the last 25 years.
We're taking a break. 1-1. We'll be right back as they make substitutions. And we're back at the free throw line. We got the left-handed Kendrick Sumlin, 5'10" senior.
Like I said,
41.7 seconds left.
He makes them both. 41-30, 44-33.
44-33. Slowly inching back in the game.
Again, Raiders with a nice inbounds play there. They ran 2 players in the same direction, created a natural shield.
Steal.
And they were lucky to get that one away. A nice move there by number 13.
By number 13, Gentry Sparks.
That was Gentry Sparks?
6-foot junior. I think Tavares is over there cramping. They're stretching him out.
Lewis, that's the last person you want handling the ball.
He was lucky he didn't get called for an offensive foul there. 3-on-1 fast break.
Oh my gosh. Excellent defense by the Raiders.
Did you see the look on Coach Koval's face? He's hollering at the referee saying, are you going to come across half court and call this?
Boy, that I don't know. That block looked clean. That was a clean block. It looked clean to me.
Oh. Coach Koval didn't think so.
He went up, and he made contact with the ball while I was still in the player's hand, and then their bodies contact when he was in the air. It looked clean to me.
Rickards with all the momentum.
Lewis out here on defense. Good defense by the Raiders.
1.3 seconds left.
I get Lewis out of here. I get Lewis on the bench.
Here's Tavares back in the game.
I'll definitely get Lewis at this 1.3 seconds. Get him on the bench. Sorry, get Trotman on the bench.
Trey Jones or Tavares, one of them have to be taking this shot. They both went to the same spot. And he did get the layup.
He got it off.
Make it. It's 46-33 at the end of 3. We got the fourth quarter coming up. Let's see how this one goes. It's INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Weekend. We'll be back.
Migos. Ready?
Sure.
See what the Raiders come up with out of this timeout at the start of the fourth quarter, because I'm real curious. You got to get Trotman got to get him a break.
Well, they have a 13-point lead. That third quarter really was a 20-9 run for Rickards.
Yeah.
It was a 2-point game at halftime. They just made it very uncomfortable for Tavares to be able to bring that ball down and get set up and run his offense. They've been wearing him out. He's over there on the sideline cramping.
Boy, excellent defensive block there by number 2. Has those long arms. Look, yeah, Rickards is giving their starters a break.
I don't know.
What you got?
I see Alec Trotman out there.
Trotman's still out there. Josh, what did Coach Koval tell the Cougars?
Well, Coach Koval, his message was simple to the team. Take care of the ball and control the game. Shot selections are very important in today's game, in this fourth quarter. Back to you at the desk, Jeff and Miss.
Thank you, sir.
Well, he's fighting him off of him.
Trotman with a partial block. Raiders control it. Here they come.
Nice finish.
Textbook. Raiders up 48-33. Cougars out of sync. Cougars way.
Coach Koval said, "Where are you going? Who are you throwing that to?" I could hear him all the way up here. It's 48-33. Godby's going to make at least one more run.
There's a long 3.
He hadn't had a shot in almost a quarter and a half.
Coach Avery immediately yells, "Slow it down." He yells, "Slow it down."
Oh, no, they're not going to slow it down.
Boy, missed the layup. Got it to Trotman. And Trotman fouled. Too strong. That's the only way you can deal with him. Cougars just don't have anything to counter that.
And we're going to take a break and come back and catch these 2 free throws.
Trotman at the line.
Size makes a difference. There you go. Usually he does 1 and 1. Usually if he makes one, he misses the other one. Shooting 50% at that free throw line.
Trotman got to be close to the 24, 25-point range. He had all 10 points to start the game for the Raiders.
Coach Koval's helping him find out about that water spot right there, Coach Bryant. It's giving
mighty convenient to give him a break at that line.
Give him a rest. It sure is.
Matter of fact, hey, here's another one. Got the whole team. Look at there, the whole team's over there stomping it out now. Yeah, matter of fact, yeah, let's stay here about another 30 seconds. Let the DJ kick in, and
DJ thought it was a timeout too.
Trotman shoots the second one, missed the first.
Let's see if he stays on the 50-50 mark. No, 0%.
That's a travel. He's battling his own. He's battling King. He caught it clean, but King It's right there on him.
Alec 4 for 9 from the free throw line today.
There's a long pass. And he gets it to Gentry Sparks. Gentry Sparks was wide open, cutting to the basket. Well, if he'd have hit him, he'd have had an easy layup.
I told you they weren't slowing it down.
Trotman, back up.
They muscle that one in.
Too strong. Too strong. That Raiders are going to live and die on Trotman until they can get some other players eligible. Timeout.
And a timeout on the three. Boy, it's been a long time coming for him to hit that three. INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week will be back.
Now, I definitely want to hear what he has to say here, Josh. To see what's his strategy to get back in the game. Koval, see what Koval's strategy is.
Alec trying to get to that water bottle over there.
Here we go, stand by.
A little bit of the fire out of this gym. Rickards has played them.
Yeah.
Quieted the House of Champions.
Well, if I was Coach Koval, I'd tell the DJ to throw on some 21 Savage to get them fired up, not Rihanna. That's the last thing. You want to lull them to sleep, play some Rihanna, put some 21 Savage on, some Kodak Black.
Now, who is he fussing at?
Yeah,
Kendrick Summers, 5'10" senior, a little emotional out there.
Get the ball to Trotman. Raiders are going to set their offense. They're going to slow the game down. They're definitely going to slow the game down now.
I'm glad both referees ran quickly.
Yeah. Looks like the referee back here on the backside, he's out of gas. He needs some of that Harvey water.
And it's INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We'll take a break and come back for these free throws.
He missed the first one. Boy, that's
a little bit of a surprise for
that's
the shooter.
Raiders getting some fresh legs in. Get some ball handling in. Raiders guards have played an outstanding game. Haven't turned the ball over as much.
They sure haven't. You're right.
Like I said, you saw them in that Capital City Classic, and I looked at the tape. Saw the same thing. There's Gentry Sparks.
Nice
And one.
Move. That was a nice move.
The real young Gentry Sparks.
The real young Gentry Sparks. That was a nice take there. Now, see, with Rickards playing like this, it leaves a lot of promise for the future for the other two young men once they get eligible.
Yeah.
Now, to get added to a mix of guys that have now decided they're not waiting on you, we're going to go on and play, they'll be a lot stronger, a lot more depth.
Gentry Sparks, old-fashioned three-point play.
If he hadn't slipped in, Trey was getting ready to turn that one loose.
It looked like the Cougars going to start putting up threes.
Start putting them up. That's all they've been taking. They take a lot of threes.
Boy, he had a clear shot to the basket.
No, not going to do that.
He had an easy walk to the basket with. He had an easy walk to the basket with Trotman right there to help him out.
And we got Coach Corey Fuller leaving the gym now. You know, a lot of respect for the Big Bend.
Coach of the year. Coach of the year.
After being the Big Bend Player of the Year.
That's my dog, as they say.
He's over here with the principal, Mr. Cole from Godby High School. First year principal's done a real good job.
First year coach. And he did a well of a job when he was an interim coach.
Ball hit under the basket. That's going to be Godby's ball.
When he was an interim coach at A&M, almost beat Bethune-Cookman. They had to take him to overtime.
Well, you know, it's funny how that's happened. You know, we don't really take almost beating Bethune-Cookman. We're supposed to beat Bethune-Cookman. Haven't beat them in so long. We got people graduate from Cookman saying they never lost to FAMU.
Yeah, that's true. It's what, 7 years?
It is. Nice pass.
Nice pass. Very nice pass. Good execution.
53-39, 14 points.
And again, King orchestrated that, and boy, that's going to be dangerous.
I almost thought they weren't going to call that foul.
Well, he threw the ball up, way up, like. He threw it up there, and Gentry Sparks came down with it.
At the free throw line, INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We'll take a break.
How many is that?
19.
Gentry Sparks just made a three-point play. He's shooting 2. Just 1.
Nice touch. Boy, the gym is quieted down a lot.
Yeah, it's quiet. The team.
If the score was exactly this at Rickards Gym, oh, they'd be bouncing off the wall.
Yeah. Yeah. Coach Koval can't buy any crowd support.
The INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week with a timeout by Coach Koval. We'll be back. That's 20.
You're going to get our Rickards strategy. Get Rickards. It ain't safe. It ain't safe. All right, here we come. Raiders didn't talk a lot. They're back out on the court. They still have another 30 seconds in this timeout.
You up 16. What you got to talk about?
You want to
just keep doing what you're doing.
You want to get it over. And the plan has been shield King away from the ball, and the Cougars went out of sync almost instantly. They brought the game. It was a 2-point game, 26-24 at the half. Shielded King away from the ball. Basically played keep away. Trotman with another rebound. Boy, that's another fingernail foul. Like I said, the first half they were getting mauled. They were mauling King, and now they call it any kind of touch foul.
Wow.
But the strategy.
And the officials did that. They collectively got together and said, you know, both referees are harping and we're not calling fouls. Let's call everything, and that's what they're doing.
Josh, real quick, what did the coach tell them over there at the half? They came out very quickly.
Well, the coach for
Rickards,
Coach Bryant, he told them not to let anything come easy. Keep doing what they've been doing, and trust in each other and believe in each other, and let's win the game.
Thank you.
Back to you at the desk, Jeff and Nick.
I appreciate you.
He got you.
That's why they were up there so quick.
Oh, nice look. Next step and pass.
Oh, what good finish there.
58-39.
Berlingo Butelis, 5'11" senior. Berlingo.
There's a long 3 off the mark. He should take his time, set his feet, and dribble up 6 more feet. There's another Gentry Sparks. Oh, my gosh.
And 1.
Gentry Sparks about to make the all-neighborhood team with the under the basket roundabout.
Man, 39-60.
I did not expect this. I sure didn't.
Wow.
I tell you one thing, you see what happens when the Rickards guards play well and don't turn the ball over.
That and they just don't have anything inside. And Alec took advantage of that.
He fell out and just went out of control. The one thing.
The old run in front of him trick. We used to put in a drill where you run past him and scare him, make him think you're going to hit him and run right in front of him.
Raiders still had their foot on the gas. Gentry Sparks, Roy Koval's. Cougars are just broken down on defense. It goes right at Lewis. Got him with the body.
He went right at Trotman.
Trotman, I'm sorry. I don't know why I call him Lewis.
I don't either. All the points he scored.
Lewis was the other big man inside last year.
Okay.
He graduated to Trotman, I'm sorry. Went right at him.
Went right at him. Alex had a good night tonight. 18 points, about 11 rebounds.
Trotman has 18. He said, okay.
Missed 5 free throws.
I know he carried them
10 the first quarter.
In
the first 4 or 5 minutes. He set the tone.
So, Coach Koval, what do you do? What do you do to get back in the sync till the teams don't take King away from you in the future?
Well, he's going to work on getting them open a little bit, and I'm sure what they did was they ran multiple looks at him. And again, Godby, Rickards hadn't been pressing like this. We've seen them 2 or 3 times.
It's a turnover.
So I'm sure they were not anticipating it, even though that's their signature.
Nice run by the Cougars. Nice fast break. Raiders
take that next pass. They have a good first trap.
Another turnover.
Pull the 3. A little bit too unselfish.
Another turnover. Turn back over. King settles him down. Kicks it out for the 3. Miss.
Wow.
Boy,
never looked up. Trotman was on this side of half court all by himself.
That was 2 minutes of, it was about 1 minute and 30 seconds of just melee. Raiders are slowing it down. Coach Avery didn't even stay.
Wow, they passed up shooting the 3. That might be the first time that's happened this season.
Gentry Sparks. They're playing keep away now. They're going to run 3 minutes off the clock.
I don't think they're going to run 3 minutes
And they turn over.
I told you that.
There's a walk-in layup by the Cougars.
63-44, 19-point lead for Rickards.
Timeout, Koval.
Timeout, Coach Koval.
(63-44).
19-point lead for Rickards. Again, I knew from seeing them earlier that they were going to be a different team later in the year. Just like when we see Godby again, this won't be the way they look, and the game will be a much closer game when we have this game later in the season at Rickards Gym.
Oh yeah, they're not gonna take King out of the game like they're gonna, the Raiders are actually doing Godby a favor because everybody else in basketball. In this area of basketball is going to try to do the same thing. They know that King is a catalyst for them.
Everybody else doesn't play defense like Rickards.
Yeah.
So they may try, but they won't be as successful as Rickards is. Rickards plays exceptionally defense, not just now, but traditionally.
They know King is the catalyst.
They're not going to be able to stop him.
Got a cheerleader hair bow on the court.
They told some of the fans to pick it up, and the guy was like, "You're not talking to me."
Godby fans starting a mass exodus.
Mass exodus. Like they're giving away free hamburgers at McDonald's.
Mass exodus.
They don't want to hear that Rickards mouth. They've been talking that junk on social media.
You got was this a foul?
No, he called timeout.
Timeout.
30-second timeout.
Stay here. Coach Eli Bryant. Good game plan by the Raiders. I give them credit. They didn't turn the ball over. Normally they're very turnover prone. The guards are very turnover prone. Did not do that tonight.
Yeah, we knew they were going to be better. We talked about it. We knew Rickards was going to be better. We knew that. And they were.
Yeah.
Just like we know that Godby's going to be better when they play again.
Yeah, it's going to be. They got to get King some help handling the ball. Godby went ice cold. They went out of sync when they started fronting and backing King. They didn't have an immediate answer for it.
Good lob.
Good. And again, good lob. Like you said, that's the play. That's the play that's almost unstoppable with Trotman's size.
Right. Godby doesn't have an answer for that.
Yeah.
And they, again, didn't have pressure on the ball, so they were able to make that pass inside unabated.
And last year you had
When Godby,
five
fouled out.
Last year you had a man, the big man, who was dangerous inside and outside, who could hit threes.
There go my nephew. There go my nephew, superstar. Good to see you. Godby. We got family all over the place.
Yeah. Mass exodus.
I don't think there's any more to leave, is it?
With 2 minutes to go.
Tywan Howard fouled out, 6'2" sophomore.
And they're laughing at Trotman because he made a free throw.
Yeah, but can he make the second?
They're giving him a little sauce.
Can he make 2 in a row?
Make 2 in a row.
There we go.
And he immediately comes out of the game. He's done for the night. He's done.
And he should be.
He's done for the night. 65-44.
We have him for 20.
Almost a turnover. I like Coach Koval. He coaches them hard, but boy, he has their respect.
Oh, now when you've been at Rickards and you've been at Godby, you know how to talk to your student athletes, your players.
Yeah.
Oh, Tyrus hit him in with a forearm. Terrible pass. His pants right there, a little high water on my boy.
He does look a little Kurt Rambis.
Yeah. And he's a senior. That's Zion.
Zion had an outstanding block. That was one of the key plays of the game. The Cougars
had a chance to shoot a layup and stop to shoot the 3.
He's off the mark. Zion down there. The Raiders are running. Some of the younger players getting some time.
Didn't I hear you say that they were going to stall the ball for 3 minutes? Yeah, I told you that wasn't going to last.
Here's King. Outlet pass. And the Cougars are just a little too much.
Do you Coach Koval is like, man, what are you doing?
This is not the outcome that I expected.
Now, you expected Godby to win, or you expected a closer game?
No, I expected a closer game, and the Rickards guards have definitely proven.
And Coach Koval took him out after that pass. Go ahead.
They've proven it that if they don't turn the ball over, they can score in the high 60s. They can score 70 points. You can beat most of the teams in the state, especially with 8-minute quarters, and you can put 70 points on the board in a competitive game, not in a route type game where you're just outmanned. You outman another team.
Out of that 67 points, take away free throws, they've probably scored almost 50 points in the paint.
Boy, Raiders are just big bodies and a lot of size. They've just Raiders have dominated the boards. The Cougars are going to have to go back to the drawing board and work on blocking out and keeping big men at bay, especially with a guard type team. But last year you had Merritt, who could get in there and battle for those rebounds. There's a 3.
Man, down here on the other end of the floor, we got number 13 for Godby. Kendrick Sumlin, he just put his hands on his knees and never came down the floor. He just stood there and watched the action on the other end. Raiders
powered in. Boy, the Rickards bench is up. They recognize, they realize this is a big moment. They came into the House of Champions and blown them out.
They really did. That's a 22-point game.
69-44. And there's the Rick High cheer. 2 straight threes. Well, they needed that earlier.
Trey Jones, yeah. It sure did. Don't make a foul. Just let the clock go. We don't need a shot.
7 seconds. 5 seconds.
He's trying to look for that shot.
It's no good.
They didn't have to wave it off. We hadn't hit a 3 all game. You got a 69-50 final there.
69-50. Well,
and I don't know that the game was ever that close after halftime.
Or the Rickards cheerleaders and Rickards, they're happy with this. They like this outcome.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sheriffs on the court.
Big Allen. This Big Allen.
athletic director on the court, and I saw the principal on the floor.
Yeah.
Same thing when we had the football game. Everybody on the floor, make sure that everybody goes home. We don't have any issues, and that it's a quiet and safe departure.
I will say this. The Cougars, there's a silver lining in every cloud. The silver lining is a loss like this early in the season, you know what you're going to have to prepare for in playoff in big time competition basketball, that your guard is going to be fronted and back, so you can't let him be taken away. And so Coach Koval, he definitely a learning experience from this one to get their All-American. They're all, well, I'll call it my preseason All Big Ben King. Keep him rolling, because they got to get him the ball, and he's the catalyst for this Godby offense. If there's no King, boy, Godby went ice cold when they basically took the ball out of his hands.
Godby has not been an outstanding shooting ball club anyway. Better than Rickards from the floor, because Trey Jones on himself has an excellent percentage from the floor, especially from three-point. But you're right, they never got in their offense, and not everybody can play the defense that Rickards played. Even when Rickards played Miami Norland and got handled, it was because of their lack of ability to score, not what they did on the defensive end. They really got after Norland on the defensive end. The difference is that they got a lot more points in the paint against Godby, who has no size inside.
Yeah.
So we're not making excuses. They just don't have any height inside. But when they played against Miami Norland was 6'9" and 6'8", 6'7" inside. So a lot of what Alec was able to do tonight, he was not able to do in the Miami Norland game. And they had him looking very, very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
In addition to which, they kept their pressure on. They kept changing it half court, three-quarter court, full court, and the guards from Rickards never settled down and got into their offensive set. You saw flashes of that even tonight. They started taking the threes, forcing shots from the perimeter, and Alec had to go to the glass to get second shot opportunities in order to make this game what it is. It's a big win. It's an important win for Rickards to be able to pull this out, and we will look to see the rematch when Rickards and Godby play again. And again, those of you who missed this game, you can catch the second one. So
yeah, and
get ready for it.
And one last point, Godby just got killed on the offensive and defensive boards tonight. I don't know what the official number is, but it wasn't even close. Trotman and company just dominated down low. So something to take back to the drawing board, and they're gonna have to work hard on it. They want to put another state championship board up in this arena.
January 26th, Godby plays at Rickards, and INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week will be there televising that one. But our next telecast will be Pelham, Georgia at Thomasville High. We'll be able to see Reggie Perry, #1 player in the state of Georgia, going to Mississippi State. We'll be an opportunity to be able to see that. But right now we have an interview with our sideline reporter here with Coach Bryant.
Yes, sir. I'm standing here with Coach Bryant. Coach Bryant,
it was a big win. It's a district win. It's always a big win when it's a district win. But we have a lot of improvements to do. We're about 50% there. We got a lot of improvement. We made a lot of mistakes tonight. That's a young Godby team. And I think that's as well as they're going to play, but that shouldn't be as well as we can play.
Coach, going forward, what are the key adjustments that you all need to work on getting back to get better?
Rebounding, getting in our sets, and playing with effort all of the time, making free throws. You're welcome.
Hey, but did you hear Coach Bryant say that's as good as they can play? Isn't that what I thought he said?
That's what he said.
He said that's a young team. They're not going to get any better. What did you think when you saw the game tonight?
It was sloppy on both ends of it, but it was just who wanted it more at the end. A lot of intensity, a lot of emotion, as rivalry games always are. But in the end, Rickards just executed better on the defensive and offensive end.
Okay, what about the intensity in the gym?
it was half there. At for a second, the Godby home crowd was just flat and came out dead.
Okay. Do you think maybe that's because the Rickards kind of took them out of it a little bit once they got that lead on them?
Yes. You know, fans, they cheer, and then sometimes when you're not winning, they boo. It's a 50-50 situation.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. He's right. You know, a lot of times that we look at what happens during the game, and the fans are waiting on the team to pick them up.
Yeah.
It's very rare that you find a crowd that picks the team up.
Yeah.
But the people in the stands are waiting for the team to do something for them to cheer about.
Yeah, and this place is dangerous because once the fans jump up and start running almost to the court and start egging on the homeboys and doing all the calls, the ooh, ah, and one, and this place can get off the chain very quickly.
Yeah, it can. And it was a real good game. At least at halftime, it was close. The crowd was involved in it. But the way that Rickards came out the third quarter and kind of put them to sleep, that kind of took the air out of it.
Yeah, when King couldn't make the offense happen, it was all Joe Bonner. It was all Raider basketball. The Cougars struggled to put points on the board, and they had a run down late. You know, down late in the game, hit some threes late, but it was a struggle with King not having the ball in his hand. And then, of course, you know, we started playing touch foul basketball. But again, for Rickards to put up almost 70 points, 69-50, to put up 70 points, remarkable.
Well, we look forward to coming back with INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We'll be back. We got Thomasville hosting Pelham in Thomasville, Georgia. We'll be there. We got a guy up there waiting to cut Jeff Walker's hair for him. Boy, we go to Thomasville, we get a lot of love. We really appreciate the ADs and the principals and how they treat us. And we go into Georgia, they start yelling, that's INSiiGHTS, that's INSiiGHTS. They want to take pictures with you, man. Jeff has become a superstar. He's like a rock star in Georgia.
Oh, we love Highway 84. All my Highway 84 fans. We love
Highway 84. The war on 84.
The fans on 84, we love you.
We love you.
Pine Level, Camilla, Cuthbert. Oh, no, that's 27. Wrong way.
See, now you got the wrong highway.
Wrong way. Bainbridge, K-Row. We love you.
Hey, the last thing we have to mention, it's been extremely cold in the Tallahassee area. A lot of you have heard about how cold it was. It wasn't cold in this gym, but it was freezing the last few days. People saw little snow flurries and lost their mind out there taking pictures. They wanted to show me the snow. I was like, man, I'm going back to sleep. I don't want to see that. All right, this is it. This is Mickey Clayton, the coach, and I'm signing off for Jeff Walker and our student intern who did a real good job. Boy, he's kind of snazzy dresser. We need to get some pictures of him so we can put him on GQ. It's INSiiGHTS High School Game of the Week. We're signing off.
We're clear. Good job.
We're off.